Hey and welcome to the Daily Man United News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. Cristiano Ronaldo says most of his teammates don't listen to him except Diogo Dalot. Manchester United's number 7 Cristiano Ronaldo has come out guns blazing against his teammates and the club's youngsters. In the first part of his full interview with Piers Morgan, Ronaldo lambasted his arrogant teammates, most of whom he said do not listen to him. The 37-year-old was asked by Morgan whether his colleagues on the pitch listen to him. On this, he said, "They don't care, some yes, but most of them no. It does not surprise me, as most of them won't have longevity in the game." Ronaldo exempted two players from this criticism, saying these players will have longevity in the game and will succeed in the game. He named his countrymen Diogo Dalot and Lisandro Martinez. Ronaldo said, "Dalot is young, very professional, and I don't doubt that he's gonna have longevity in football. He is young, he is smart, also probably Martinez." The five-time Ballon d'Or winner also had words for United's youngsters, who he accused of lacking the anger that propelled the older players to legendary status. He added that the current youngsters live in a different era and that their mentality is not the same as there is when they were younger. Ronaldo relied that youngsters don't suffer. He, however, urged that they must not be blamed for this sad state of affairs. It will be interesting to see how Ronaldo's comments are perceived by his teammates and in the United dressing room. It's unlikely that they will be kind to being branded as arrogant and unwilling to take advice from one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Cristiano Ronaldo hits back at garbage media and ex-teammates that constantly lie about him. Manchester United goal scorer Cristiano Ronaldo has hit back at the media for their constant lies and biased coverage of him. In the first part of his full 90-minute interview with Piers Morgan, Ronaldo pulled no punches, even going after some of his ex-teammates, including Wayne Rooney and Gary Neville. Ronaldo was quizzed by Morgan on his thoughts about the media and whether he keeps himself abreast with what is written and said about him. The 37-year-old replied negatively, saying he was not a big fan of the press due to their unwarranted attacks against his charismatic persona and his family. He told Morgan, "The press around the world, even the Portuguese press, they criticize me a lot. I think it's a jealousy. I don't like to read because 90% they lie. It's garbage. They constantly lie. They try to make me feel bad." He bizarrely added that his personality could be a reason for being a target by the media. "I am charismatic. You have to be charismatic. To be good looking helps too. I am a fruit that people want to bite, a strawberry." Ronaldo was also jubilant about his social media presence and on being the most followed person in the world on Instagram. The five-time Ballon d'Or winner indicated that he relishes bad moments and troubled patches to determine his real friends and those who stick by him. This was a reference to Rooney and Neville. As initially reported, he relayed his dismay at being the subject of a criticism from Rooney, who he formed a deadly partnership with over a decade ago. He said that Rooney's denunciation of him was surprising, as he had once come to his house to pick up Cristiano Jr. to go play at his house with his kids. He finished off by saying he does not care for those that don't like him, branding them as an interesting component in his path. Cristiano Ronaldo says the clueless Ralf Rangnick had no idea what he was doing. Manchester United striker Cristiano Ronaldo has doubled down on his criticism of former interim boss Ralf Rangnick. The first part of Ronaldo's full interview with Piers Morgan dropped and the Portuguese pulled no punches in his criticism of Rangnick, who himself responded to Ronaldo yesterday. Ronaldo told Morgan that Rangnick had no idea what he was doing and that he did not have an idea of who he was. The 37-year-old insisted that following Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's departure, it was a mistake for club bosses to bring in the German and should have instead opted for a more elite tactician. Ronaldo said in the bombshell interview, "No, he didn't, on Rangnick having no idea. He knew the club well, but he didn't know the dimensions of the club, the history of the club. Another reason to bring top manager, not sporting director." On if he knew who Rangnick was, Ronaldo replied, "I did not, Anybody I asked did not know. I have always been beside the best coaches in the world, Zidane, Ancelotti, Mourinho, Fernando Santos, Allegri, so I have kind of some experience because I learned from them. The Portuguese captain realized that while he respects every coach, their different approaches, different opinions, and divergent mentalities, he did not agree with some of Rangnick's points and way of playing. In particular, the high-pressing way of playing came to the fore. The five-time Ballon d'Or winner heaped praise on Solskjaer, who he said was a good person, but unfortunately fell short of the expectations of the United job. He, however, backed the Norwegian to get back on his feet and prove his mettle as a manager in future coaching positions. Raphael Varane gives his surprise verdict on Cristiano Ronaldo's shocking allegation. Manchester United and France defender Raphael Varane has had his say on Cristiano Ronaldo's bombshell interview with Piers Morgan. Several excerpts of the 90-minute interview with Morgan have been released on social media, causing a wave of fan fury and relation against Ronaldo. The most damning allegation made by Ronaldo came in the form of his criticism of Erik ten Hag. Ronaldo said that he did not respect ten Hag, who had repeatedly disrespected him. Varane, who is currently on international duty with Les Bleus, was quizzed on Ronaldo's damning revelations, and he surprisingly conceded that the squad has been affected. The Frenchman told Europe 1 via the Manchester Evening News, "Obviously, it affects us. We follow what is happening and what is being said. We try to calm the situation in our own way. We try not to get too involved in it. What is happening in the media, in the big clubs, in gaining momentum." The 29-year-old added on the Ronaldo saga. "When it's a star like Cristiano Ronaldo, even more, so we try to take it with distance. That is to say, that we do not try to change the situation alone. We are part of a collective." Varane finished off by reiterating his love for the Red Devils and his best intentions for the club. He said that as a player, he would play his part in ensuring that the United squad remains in harmony and that the players give a good account of themselves. Varane is currently in a race against time to be fit for France opener against Australia next week on Wednesday. The world champions are one of the favorites in the tournament, and should they be successful in retaining their title, it's likely that Varane will play a big part. Final decision regarding Cristiano Ronaldo's future lies with Joel Glazer. Despite Premier League football coming to a standstill due to the upcoming World Cup, Manchester United continue to hog all spotlight after Cristiano Ronaldo's incendiary interview with Piers Morgan. The Portuguese went all in during the interaction, as he sensationally claimed that the club have betrayed him and people have wanted him gone since the moment he resigned for the club. Ronaldo also criticized the club's outdated infrastructure and claimed that the club still resides in the past. The Glazers were also in the firing line, as United's number 7 mentioned that they ran the club for its marketing potential. Now, most fans and pundits are of the same opinion. The player needs to be sold in January and there is no coming back from what he has done. Ten Hag met with the club hierarchy to discuss what action to take and how best to solve this conundrum. The club are also exploring legal action against their star player. According to The Guardian, co-owner and chairman Joel Glazer will make the final decision about Cristiano Ronaldo's future at the club. The report read, "A person with knowledge of the situation told the Associated Press on Tuesday that Glazer will have the final say on any decision to sell the forward, and it will be up to Ronaldo's agent Jorge Mendes to present potential clubs willing to buy him." According to sources, the club have fully backed the manager and his dealing of the issues that have cropped up due to the stunts pulled by the former Real Madrid star. The departure will be complicated due to the lack of interest in the player from elite European clubs. His massive wages are also an issue. There is also the chance that United might cancel his contract after his incendiary comments, and that is exactly what Ronaldo wants himself, as he seeks to escape from the club that made him a global icon. Barcelona and PSG amongst several clubs interested in Manchester United youngster Alejandro Garnacho. Manchester United youngster Alejandro Garnacho is attracting interest from several clubs, including Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain, according to 90 Minutes. Other sides keeping an eye on the Argentine are Real Madrid, Bayern München, Borussia Dortmund, Chelsea and Arsenal. However, the Red Devils are not worried about the 18-year-old's future. His current contract runs until 2025, and the Old Trafford side are confident that Garnacho will sign a new deal during the World Cup break. The club are already in discussions with the 18-year-old about extending his stay in Manchester for the long term. The Argentine national has become a fan favorite in a short span of time this season. His impactful cameos as a substitute have seen us win games in the latter stages of a match. Garnacho has enjoyed a meteoric rise in recent weeks. The forward has been handed opportunities and has made the most of them. However, he will not join the Argentina squad to compete in the Middle East for the Golden Trophy. The 18-year-old is a promising talent with a great potential. While he still has a long way to go, United need to try and keep hold of the youngster. Adrien Rabiot delighted with Juventus' stay after failed summer move to Manchester United. Juventus midfielder Adrien Rabiot is delighted to have stayed in Italy after a deal with Manchester United collapsed in the summer of 2022. The France international has the opportunity to move to the Premier League. A deal for the 27-year-old did not materialize. However, it has not proved to be a bad thing, as he has been in fine form for the old lady in the current campaign. Speaking to La Gazzetta via transfer guru Fabrizio Romano on Twitter about the collapsed deal with the Old Trafford side in August, Rabiot revealed that staying with the Bianconeri was the best choice and the midfielder is not worried about his future. He said, "It's true I had a chance to try Premier League experience, but staying at Juventus was the best choice. I don't think about the future now. I am not in rush about my contract, which will expire in 2023. While Rabiot is a decent player, United had already bolstered their engine room in the recent transfer window with the addition of Christian Eriksen. Thus, some fans felt signing someone like Casemiro for the number 6 position was the better option. Freddy Adu urges Manchester United to sign Barcelona loanee and US men's national team star Sergino Dest. Former United States national team star Freddy Adu has urged Manchester United to sign Barcelona star Sergino Dest, who is currently on loan at AC Milan. The ex-DC United prodigy believes the 22-year-old would fit right in with the Red Devils. The Netherlands-born defender came up through the youth ranks at Ajax. He then moved to Barcelona in the summer of 2020. However, the right-back is currently with the Rossoneri. Speaking to Offers.bet, Adu, who had a trial with United in 2006, feels Dest's playing style makes him a player the Red Devils should bring to the club. He feels the Old Trafford side need quality players in their squad. He said, "I think he'd be a great signing for Man United. The way he plays, he is so good in his position, and with the current state of Manchester United right now, they need as many good players as they can get." The 22-year-old did not have the best of spells with the Blaugrana. He failed to cement his place in the Spanish Giants' starting lineup, and with the arrival of Xavi Hernandez in the La Liga outfit's dugout, the US men's national team star saw his game time dwindle. In Milan, Dest has been a bit part player as well. The youngster has found it hard to get into Stefano Pioli's team regularly. The 22-year-old has featured 9 times for the Rossoneri in all competitions. Now, the right-back will evidently hope to play a big part for Greg Berhalter's team in Qatar. The Americans take on Wales, England and Iran in Group B during the World Cup. Adding depth to the right-back position is evidently the need of the hour for the Manchester-based club. It was Ten Hag who gave Dest his debut at Ajax. Will they reunite at United? Only time will tell. I will be uploading daily Man United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.